Today's Clash Royale video will be about the $1 million prize pool competition. The Clash Royale League qualifier is going on right now. Everyone who got the 20 win challenge can participate, and today I'm going to talk about my ranking, how it looks to qualify for the Clash Royale League World Finals, where the first place gets $250,000. So first of all, I think it would be really cool to explain to you guys how this format works. So basically everyone who got the 20 wins in the 20 win challenge can participate. You need to be above 16 or 16, and then it's going to be a leaderboard mode, like a normal ladder mode, just with everyone who got the 20 wins. It's basically like that. You can make 10 games each day for 5 days. This is stage 2. The first stage was the 20 win challenge, and you're gonna face people, and depends like how you win. If you win, like, it's a best of 3 duel mode, so you need to select 4 decks before that. And you can choose before every single game which deck you want to play. And if you win 2-0, you get more points. And if you win 2-1, and if you lose, for sure you will lose leaderboard points. And it also matters against people, like how high are the opponents on the leaderboard. Similar than the normal ladder mode, right? If you're like on 5,000 trophies, you face someone at 5,100, you get more trophies, as you're like losing trophies when you're facing someone way more below you. So this is really important. You want to win 2-0 to get the most possible leaderboard points, and you also want to face someone who's actually pretty high. So the first day I went 9-1 in games. This is the second day here, and the first game in the first day, when I got 9-1, the only loss was because I actually accepted too late. So this was the loss there. So I would say we're just gonna go here over and make it a bit faster. But I think this game is absolutely crazy. Also, kind of important to know for you guys, this is the final last chance qualifier. The final last chance qualifier to have the shot at the Clash Royale League World Finals this year. And for that, you need to be in this stage 2, first of all, top 128. So you're gonna fight 5 days to be at the end of the leaderboard, top 128. And yeah, after the first day I was top 200, so not really doing too well. But after the second day, these are the games which hopefully brings me higher. At the end of the video, I will show you my current leaderboard points. So also, all decks I'm gonna play, they're really good also in Clan War, since it's a normal duel mode in Clan War. And these matchups are pretty tough, which I'm also gonna show great gameplay against the best players in the world in the $1 million biggest Clash Royale competition of all time. So this game is absolutely crazy. So we're going here for the Mega Knight, here defensive, going in now for the Arch Queen, and we're actually just gonna drop our bandit opposite lane just to apply some pressure. He's not able to go in that aggressive, and look at this, we're taking so much damage, but actually I still think the defense was as well as I could, I would say. But look at this, we are absolutely behind. This is a horrible matchup. Yes, arrows plus poison to kill my Archer Queen. We don't have like an optimal graveyard answer, and also, to be fair, as you guys can see there, we don't really have too much to kill the Zappies. They're so annoying. He has double small tank, he has the Tombstone against our Ram Rider, and this is the thing, he has so many possibilities to stop our pushes. So I'm just gonna go drop a bandit, really good bandit placement on top of the scale, then get the dash, so then Faraday resets here. And why did I play the Ghost? Since you don't really want to push same lane. You don't want to go same lane against a player like him. You always want to push opposite lane. So I'm gonna be really aggressive here, as you guys can see, since I don't want him to graveyard. Also, yeah, this looks honestly pretty good. So we're gonna get a ton of damage here, as you guys can see here. So he needs to use a defensive ability, but I still know, look at this. The giant skeleton just absolutely demolishes my bandit. And I know a triple elixir time against his deck, this is not really what you want to see. And also, it's for me so hard to kill Zappies plus Cheesecake. So the only way I'm gonna win this one is doing opposite lane pressure. But like the lightning isn't really doing anything. If I would have had Fireball, okay, I could do something. Also like Fireball Tombstone. But look at this, he just has the free card cycle going in for the Zappies. I need to go for an MK now high here, and as you guys can see, we're really struggling. So I think right now he is going in opposite lane here with a huge push. I was like, okay, how the heck am I gonna supposed to stop this? So I'm gonna go for perfect defense here. I try at least, but look at this. It's really unfortunate that his G-Skelly gets to tower. Now it's gonna be close. Look at the right side. Oh, look at the right side. My MK goes to tower. Look at this. This is going to be so close. Since I still need to defend this here for a few more seconds, I'm gonna go for the lightning here. Eastbird comes down. 595 HP. This is an absolutely important dub. And with this game, we are up 1-0. And this is also which I can spoil it to you guys already, the 9th game. We're currently on this day 8-0, really climbing the leaderboard up, and for sure every single win is important. As I said, winning 2-0 is important and facing high players, and this guy is actually a pretty good player. Most of you guys might know him as a really good minor wall breaker player. So we're going into the second game here against Clash Amaterasu, so always having 10 seconds between each game. The pre-submitted decks, so you cannot switch decks. After the first game you have like the 4 decks ready, and then you need to decide between this deck. So if like one deck is out already, you can use it, not use it anymore. So after the first game you kind of need to decide, okay, which of the other 3 love decks I'm gonna play. And I was going for this deck since I felt like, okay, I was so good at this day with this deck. I beat a ton of matchups which I shouldn't have beaten, like Royale Giant, which you consider one of the hardest matchups in the entire game. I beat Lava Hound, I beat different type of Graveyard, Skelly King plus Valkyrie decks, and I just feel like this deck is a perfect deck. If you play it right, you win most of the matchups. And I also would say this is more of the competitive deck. So in ladder, I don't really think it's too well, since there's a ton of like really annoying sparky and like just the random stuff in general, which this deck doesn't really do too well against. So this is what some decks are about, right? Normally you could think, okay, you could use every single deck in competitive, also in ladder, and I would say yes, you could do it basically right, but there are also some decks which really are better in competitive, since in top layer there are always some random run tricks, I would say, with a ton of spam decks like Giant Sparky spam, Expo decks, Mortar spam, even like some Mortar spam decks are also in competitive, yeah, but I think you guys know what I'm saying, right? There are not really that many one tricks, also same for Giant Graveyard. You don't really see Sparky Giant Graveyard that much in competitive, and this is why decks, or like Expo, this is why some decks which don't really like do too well against it, not really viable in ladder, or not as good in ladder as they are in competitive. So this is exactly a deck, a really good deck to learn for you guys, since it's important about the decision making. It's not a really cheap cycle deck, it's also not a beat no deck, it's more of like a control deck. You want to know when to go in and how. This is always the decision making. You could think it's a really brain dead bridge run deck, right? Sometimes, yes, but you kind of need to difference, or like have a difference between going for duels, when to go for Dark Prince, when to go in for the Golden Knight, when you're pressuring with Kennegat, and when to be aggressive with the Magic Artist, since you also don't want to overcommit. So normally what I really like to do is going for my Kennegats in the back, going in for my Dark Prince in the back, and kinda baiting out stuff. So when your opponent is going for Valk on top of my Dark Prince, on top of my Kennegat, then I want to duel. But I don't really want to duel when he's not like, when he still has the Valk and cycle. So as you guys can see, we are down right now a bit, but I'm not really like shaking, since with this deck you're waiting for the opponent's mistake. So if you're like behind 200, 300 HP like for 3 minutes, you don't really mind about that, since it's just few seconds which you need to come back this game. So really good Tornado, going to take the King Dagger to get the King Ocean, also really insanely good Bomb Tower placement. So what I'm gonna do right now, is just gonna go for this here. He goes in for a Dark Prince, and as you guys can see, we might be struggling here. We're going for an Ewis really late, and look at this, the King Decoration perfectly helped. He goes in for Fireball, he can take that Fireball value for sure. And we're kind of even. We are kind of even, but I'm not panicking. That's the game plan. The game plan is just controlling the game. We are behind, but it's still part of the gameplay. The game plan. The game plan itself for me in this game isn't like winning the game in 20 seconds. For sure would be great to get like a Golden Knight dash and tower and stuff. But right now, exactly, it's happening what we want to see. So I exactly know right now that he's struggling to defend this, since he doesn't really have anything inside. Yes, this time I went with a Goblin Duel on the tower, but why did I do that? Since he doesn't have like, and he didn't have anything really to respond to the Golden Knight. So I was like, okay, he uses his Valk on top of my Goblin Duel, but then I get a Golden Knight to tower, so this is fine. Also, he went with really aggressive Fireballs, so my Magic Artist on the map, and right now, we are being aggressive. We are being aggressive since his Fireballs out of cycle. I can just go for the one Elixir Skull on top of that, and look at this. This is an absolutely insane nado. We're going in for the nado here. Also, the Magic Archer gets a ton of damage. We waited 4 minutes, 4 full minutes to actually beat him, to actually destroy him, to actually win this game, and this is exactly what I was talking about. Don't be concerned, the gameplay was still going, we still had so much time for sure. It's always the thing, right? People will say that if you wouldn't have got the connection here, or like with the Golden Knight here, you would have lost the game. Also, a really good Goblin Duel. Yeah, but that's always happening in this type of situation. The opponent is going to do a mistake. You're going to play him with a Golden Knight in triple or double. And as you guys can see, he needs to go in now. I'm just going to go drop my Ewis high that he doesn't get any fireball value. And with this game, we are 9-0. We are 9-0 in the like at the day 2 of the second stage of the Clash Royale League World Finals qualification, and we need one more game to close it out and get a 10-0 on this day. So guys, this is the final game, 9-0, and we need to decide between our decks. So as you guys might see, I kind of switched a bit around. This is kind of the adjustments I want to do. Yeah, it's kind of hard to snipe in this mode, but it's also possible, right? If you do the same combo and combo again, and you kind of look at the Royale API and look, okay, which 4 decks he's playing, right? You can easily snipe them and kind of make 4 decks which are good against them. Every time, if you like find an opponent, you have 5 time or like 5 minutes to make your decks, and for sure if you are in the game you cannot change them anymore. So okay, I'm gonna go for a log here, not a perfect log, but this game is absolutely perfectly played. So I don't really like, not like really a guy who's saying, well, Morten, I'm the best itself, but this game I felt really good about it, and I felt like I played so clean. So this is the perfect example how you beat without like Hawk Valkyrie. We don't have a Valkyrie, and the matchup would have been really good, but just with Hawk Ice Golem, cycle, Goblin Duel. This is like the perfect example how you beat this matchup. And normally if you're going for the Hawk, you would always go going for the Earthquake. But why should I do that, right? We have a really cheap deck, we have a really cheap cycle, we have the Elixir range already on the side. Why should we throw that away if our Hawk doesn't get any damage anyway? So we're going for the Hawk, the opponent's going to play an Infernator against it, plus more Elixir trade for us, and now we're just going to drop our Queen in the back, and we're just going to relax. We're going to Fire Spit against Fire Spit, and have the 3-card cycle now going. And now, this is important, how to use the log in this game. So he's gonna go for a Goblin Drill. Why? Since he wants us to use the log on defense, right? That he can go scale the army. But that was too obvious, sir. So I'm gonna go for a log on offense. He predicted that. He goes immediately for a Skelly King in the back, which was a horrible decision. And now, since we knew his Skelly arm is out of cycle, even if you would have had enough Elixir for the Infernator, he couldn't support the Skelly King. Now, look at this. We're just having an absolutely good situation. I'm also can go now for my Fire Spirit here. And look at this. The Dark Golem is putting in some work, yes. But look at that. Also now we can go in for really clean Bomb Tower here. And he's kind of thinking what to do. So there was honestly a really good Fire Spirit there. But what I'm going to do right now is just going to chill here and not going for a log early. Why are we not going for a log early? Since we still want to have that in our hands. So look at this, we're going for Ice Golem, and now we're going to log. In case the opponent is going for Warbreaker, we're just going to Fire Spirit. So the decision making, the absolutely knowing when to play the log, when to not overcommit, and always being one step ahead of the opponent is bring us an absolutely insane position. Also, no reason to Earthquake. We're just gonna chill, and now I'm just gonna go Skellies here, and then I'm just gonna drop my Ice Golem like this. I also could have played maybe the Ice Golem directly on top of that, but right now I'm just gonna go for the Arch Queen here, and I know we're doing fine. We're doing chill. We can go for a Hawk, whether we don't really need to be aggressive. Look at this. He goes in for his Fireball, and I'm just gonna apply my Archer Queen ability here. He goes opposite lane. Do I care about the opposite lane pressure? For sure, I don't. So I don't even need to log here since the Bomb Tower is helping. Bomb Tower, really good choice here. He goes in now for his Infernator. I'm just gonna go in for my EQ here, getting some damage. And the first time in this full game that I'm going in for Hawk EQ. So it's not just like Hawk EQ spam 24/7. I had a game plan, and we once again did it perfect. So go for Ice Golem, going for Fire Spit far away, and since he goes in for Fireball, 1-0, and we're 1 game away to get the 10-0 clean sweep against him. So I was like, okay, what deck should I play? Which deck is the right choice in this moment? And last time we went with Duel, and this time we are going in for the Royal Hawk's Queen deck. So Royal Hawk's Queen, absolutely insane deck. I actually, or like Jules and me, who's like my coach, actually decided to put in the Mighty Miner instead. For sure, the Mighty Miner is really helping in this deck, or like really good in this deck. But also the good thing is about the the reason why we have the Mighty Miner is since we have the Ghost in our Mega Knight deck. It's a dual format. You can just use every single card in one deck once, so we cannot use the Ghost there since we have to use the Ghost in another deck. Yeah. So this matchup is pretty easy. So I don't really want to talk too much about it. Yeah, the Mighty Miner made it a bit more annoying. But I just want to go 2 times speed since I don't really feel like it's that entertaining. I just want to show you how to play the matchup since you might still want to run a wing. Because everybody's going to tell you, you hard counter. But even if you hard counter, you still kind of, as a casual player, which doesn't really have like the playing the game 24/7, I still think it's helpful. So the reason why you're countering this matchup is you have the Mother Witch, you have a Mirror, and as long as you play passive, you don't really want to overcommit, you kind of want to save your Mother Witch, or if you're going in for the Mother Witch on top of the Tombstone, you at least want to save it in this on this position that you can mirror it, right? If you're going for the Archer Queen, your opponent's going for a Baby Dragon. You go for the Mother Witch, your opponent's going for a Baby Dragon on top of the Mother Witch. And you can at least mirror your Mother Witch. You don't really need to worry about it, right? But if you're going for the Mother Witch and your opponent's going to drop a Baby Dragon and you're kind of struggling to defend it since Mother Witch is your only real good answer against Graveyard, you're losing the game straight up. So this is the only time when we lost this matchup since I went for a Mother Witch. So this is important. So also, when your opponent's going for a Graveyard, you really want to pressure opposite lanes. So that was also, like, he was playing that perfect. He cannot play that any better. So this is why it's also so close. And also it felt like I played well. So it's not as, I mean, people would say it's 1-0 matchup. It's a really, really good matchup for me. But it's not as easy as people would think. Since as you guys can see, it's pretty close. It's not like I'm playing horrible. Yeah, he plays perfect for sure. But so we go for the Mighty Miner here, just trying to get a free card cycle. Okay, I'm gonna go now for my Mother Witch here. This is really, really good. So look at this. I'm gonna go now for my G-Skelly here. G-Skelly is absolutely insane. I'm going for another G-Skelly on this side. And also the G-Skelly would have gone connect. So at least he needs to place another NATO here. We have the Fisherman on the map. Fisherman kind of controlling the game. But as you guys can see, he goes in really great. The Tombstone is so annoying for us. As you guys can see here, so we're going for another Mother Witch here, gonna get some piggies out of that, and I think this time I'm gonna go for the piggies on the left side, since this Valkyrie was out of cycle, and just gonna go Tornado that. As you guys can see, we're gonna get a ton of damage, but not as much as I wanted. So, right now, against cycle decks, against control decks, going in always for the, going for the G-Skelly mirror is always great since you force out a ton of stuff, and this time I need to go for Fisherman here, need to go for arrows here, and we are winning this game a bit closer than expected. But right now, you guys will see my final ranking in the Clash Royale League $1 million leaderboard. So guys, this is why you had to watch until the end, and we're currently top 20 in the entire world in the leaderboard. As you guys can see, currently first one is Miku, and if you go to the second side, we already can see Morton. SK Morton is currently 18th in the leaderboard. I need to finish this leaderboard in the top 118, top 128, but I still think if you get higher, it's for sure really helping, since it will be the seeding for the stage 3, which I also will explain when I hopefully participate in there. But it's looking really, really good. Thank you so much for the support. I hope you guys enjoyed today's breakdown. I would say I'm out. Thank you for watching. Have a great, awesome